Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. In this video, I want to discuss roulette and memory crafting, soul and soul exchange shop, and in awakening, and some information regarding RHD tier 27 boss stage. Okay, so before I begin, let us take a look at some of the changes that has happened to Kofast Global since launch. Okay, previously, Fast Fighter was much more difficult to get, and you need to have the ruby during the limited banner period, or else you have to skip the banner. And when we have skipped it, we would not know when there will be a rebanner. And when there is no rebanner, then we are not able to get the fighter anymore. So at that time, the perks and benefits of paid players in general is actually a guaranteed obtain of this fast fighter than F2P players. Yeah, but of course, if you're extremely lucky, you can also get these fast units within 1 to 2 times multiple. Yeah. Okay, so now they have made obtaining fast fighter much more easily through the United Summon. But the difficult part now is in awakening of these fast units. Because to be able to awaken the units, we will need memory. And memory can be gotten when you do a summon and you get the duplicate of the fighter, or you can get it from the summon ticket, or you can get it from the summon token. Yeah, or you can get the memory through combining gold border memory, and you will have a very low chance of getting fast memory. So at the end of the day, they have made obtaining fast units, which was previously labeled as rare, much more easily. And going by this trend, then it is no surprise that in the future, they will also make awakening these fighters more easily. So as to help all players, especially the free-to-play, to progress faster in the awakening related content. In fact, they have already started making awakening more easily for certain fighters. Okay. The roulette event that has just passed was to obtain swimsuit mic. Yeah. And when I went to the craft page a few days before the end of the event, then I realized that this roulette event is actually important because we can craft the memory. Unfortunately, when I realized this, it was just a few days before the end, so I was only able to craft 2 of her memory. Now after knowing this, then this roulette event has become an important event for all of us, so that we can farm this AS gold memory for free. Yeah, furthermore, we can use this memory to achieve a considerably high awakening tier for our fighter to help clear the reviving hell dungeon. And even if you don't use this fighter, you can also use these AS memories to obtain the dimension exchange ticket. Yeah? Dimensional invitation gold. Yeah? To awaken our collab fighters. Some of our collab fighters are quite good actually. Not quite good, extremely good. The extremely good is actually Haomaru, Genjuro. The very good then is Kazuya, Jin Hoodie. The quite good is Charlotte, Paul, Rimururu, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins. Yeah. These fighters are, although they are just gold borders, but their performance are actually above gold borders average. Okay. So previously, for this roulette event, I focused more on getting the COF gold soul and also the AS gold soul. But now the focus must change. Yeah. So no longer getting this soul, this COF gold and AS gold soul, but we must get the soul of the fighter so that I can craft the memory. Yeah. You can also combine farming for these souls from the soul quest. Yeah, we can also get the soul from here, and these souls is the same soul, and we can use these souls to craft the memory as well. Okay, so if we take a look, right, yeah, we have 17 days, so that means with yesterday it was 18 days. Okay, so we still have, let's say, 18 days if you have not farmed for the soul from the soul quest. That means we can get daily 32 souls, 8 times 4, yeah, and if we times 18, that amounts to 576 souls. Okay, and the rest will be depending on our luck in the roulette event. But at the very least, it is safe to say that we can craft 3 of her memory. Okay? And when we can craft 3 of her memory, that means we can awaken her 3 times to 3 stars. And it means this fighter can help us to clear up to RHD tier 30. Okay. So you may think why I am making such a big fuss out of this. This is because my Reviving Hell dungeon has arrived at tier 27, and I'm now facing the hard truth that I may be stuck in tier 30, as I do not have enough resources to achieve awakening 4 stars for my fighters, for my fast fighters, in order to advance beyond tier 30. So if we want to advance from awakening tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3, we only need 1 memory of each fighter. But 3 star to 4 star and from 4 star to 5 star, the requirement has doubled. Okay. We need 2 of her memory, of each fighter's memory, and 4 sacrificial memories. Okay. So we have to times 15 because we need 15 fighters. That is why this roulette event is an important event for all of us to obtain additional memory for free. Because based on my experience, to obtain memory, it is somewhat similar to finding our soulmate. Lol. Why I said this? Because sometimes we can get the memory of a certain fighter over and over again, while for other fighters, we can perhaps only get 1 memory or no memory at all. For example, I'm very lucky to be able to obtain memory for Pretty Original Zero, Pretty Big, Rock Howard, Mukai, Chrysalid, yeah, Omega Rugal, Orochi. Okay. Nameless can be considered lucky too. However, with certain fighters like Ignis or Original Zero, today, after so many summons and burning so many rubies, including the ruby refund, I only get 1 memory each. That is why for clearing RHD content, if you're stuck like me, instead of waiting for the memory of our preferred fighter, we should look for alternative gold border fighters that we already have the memory available for their awakening. Okay? In order for us to get the memory of preferred fast units, we need to use our ruby for gacha. But we all know that we only gacha at an opportune time in the United Summon. What I mean by opportune time? For example, if at this moment for the new fighters, you have already obtained Rock Howard and Adelheid, and you're only left with Christmas Elizabeth, I do not recommend you to burn your rubies in the United Summon to snipe for Christmas Petty, because it is more preferred for you to try and get the 3 PG cards of Rock Howard or Adelheid, or to build your fast set cards such as Ryugo or Kaya. Or even if you already have these cards, you can save the rubies for when the arrival of Fast Leona, Fast Iori, and Fast Mature. Then at that point, you can burn your rubies to try to get these new fighters, while at the same time earning additional memories as a bonus for your current fighters. But we all know that the addition of fighters do not happen every day. And once you gacha and you get it, that's it, we have to stop. Because our rubies are not unlimited. Even for me. Yeah, so that's why within these 18 days, if we don't get the memory of our preferred fighters, then there is a necessity to downgrade to gold border, yeah, in order for us to advance to a higher level in the Reviving Hell dungeon. And it is better to slowly make your way up the tier in RHD, because the daily rewards that you obtain at higher levels are also considerably higher, especially once you have passed the tier 10, 20, 30 milestones. Be warned though that for going beyond tier 30, do not look at these silver borders, yeah, or okay, because as you can see from here, it can only be awakened to maximum 3 star. So what does it mean? It means that the level is capped at level 30. So these silver borders are not going to help you to advance beyond tier 30 in RHD. Okay. So that's why I say again that the roulette event becomes important, as it gives us an alternative gold border fighter that we can awaken to a considerably high awakening level. Yeah, and then we can use this to clear the RHD up to tier 30 at least. Yeah, because just to craft 3 memories within 18 days through this event, it is not difficult if we continue to do our daily roulette and our soul quest diligently. So having known all of this, it is not too far-fetched if we think that in the future that there could be a similar event where we can exchange the souls of fast fighters for their respective memory. That is why I am still saving up my fast souls and did not proceed to salvage, yeah, or just to buy the fighter battle card summon ticket or tokens. I know in the Soul Dust exchange shop it is very interesting to get this KOF All-Star Fighter Summon token, to get this KOF All-Star Battle Card Summon token, or to get this KOF All-Star Summon ticket or the KOF All-Star Battle Card Summon ticket. But if we continue to purchase them daily, I am sure that soon we will run out of souls to salvage, unless we do gacha again. Yeah, so for example, I buy the KOF All-Star Battle Card Summon Token Silver because I am looking for the battle card to complete my Ryugo set. So that is why I proceed to salvage some of these souls because I already have quite a number of these souls. So I just take a little bit from Pretty Big, from Orochi, from Gonitz, from Nameless, yeah, until I have enough to get 10 of this silver token. Yeah, that's it. I just want to get 10. As for the rest, I am going to save them up and hope that in the future that some kind of memory crafting event will be available for the first fighter. Probably not all, maybe they will just release one by one, like what they are doing now to the gold border. Okay, and when that happens, we should go all out to use up our first souls to craft for the memory as much as possible. Okay, so if this really happen, it is actually not a dream anymore that our first fighter can be awakened to tier 4 or tier 5. Okay? And with high awakening level, then we can clear more RHD content. Okay? Because the basic theory behind RHD is that in order to clear tier 10, your fighters need to be level 10, which means awakening 1 star max level. Tier 20, unit level 20, awakening 2 star max level. Tier 30, level 30 awakening, which means 3 stars at max level. And it goes on and on. The same thing for tier 40, tier 50. Okay, so if your fighters are stuck at awakening 3 stars, like most of my fighters now, then I can only go up to tier at the maximum 32, tier 32. Then you'll be stuck there until you can get most of your fighters or all of your fighters to get awakened to 4 stars in order to reach the required awakening level. Please note, however, that at higher level, there may be additional difficulty requirement imposed. Okay? That is why it brings back to my earlier point that there may be a need for us to downgrade our fighter to gold border so that we can advance to a higher tier in RHD. Okay? But of course, not just the fighter, but we also must need enough memory of that fighter. Okay, so for example, let's say I need to clear I'm stuck at tier 23 and I need to clear tier 23. That means I need to awaken to 3 stars. Okay, it is no use for me to level up Geese Howard. Okay, because I say, oh, Geese Howard is a good fighter. Okay, I will build him up. I'll awaken to 1 star, level 10, and then awaken to 2 star. Then I realize that it is not enough. I need to awaken him to 3 stars in order to clear tier 30 to help me go beyond 23. Yeah, so if it's like this, it's better for you to keep your potions. Okay, because you need the awakening level, yeah, more importantly than the quality of your fighter. And for RHD, my advice is that try to aim, to be stuck at a higher tier level that has the last digit number greater than 5 or ends with 0. So for example, okay, have I done the autoplay? Okay, I have. So for example, it's better for you to be stuck at, let's say, tier 16, 15, 17, 18, 19, or even 20, as opposed to tier 11, 12, 13, or 14, which in this case for me is better for me to be stuck at tier 26, 27, 28, 29, or tier 30. If I am stuck at tier 29, I must try my best to quickly clear tier 30 Then at this point, then I can rest for a while, yeah, and build up my fighter to be able to move on to tier 31, 32. But once I have reached tier 32, I must slowly build up the fighter again within 1 or 2 days, ideally, so that I can clear to tier 33, and so on and so forth, until I can reach maybe about tier 36 or 37, and then I can wait for a while, okay, maybe 3 to 4 days before I try to attempt tier 38. And then once I reach at tier 38, 39, then I must try to quickly jump to 40, because the reward, there is a huge jump in the reward. Okay, if you take a look at this. Okay. So this is the general strategy, because if you keep on stuck, if for me, right, okay, I got no memory to awaken to 4-star, so I'll just stay at tier 36. No, it is not good. I cannot awaken to 4-star, but I still have to try to achieve the highest possible tier in the RHD. Because if you take a look, the reward, daily reward from the auto clear for tier 26 and tier 30, it is very different. It is so much more. And not to mention that the boss stage, not boss stage, that stage 1 to 5 of tier 30 or tier 31, I can get this tier 4 capsule. But if I'm stuck at tier 26, okay, from the daily stage 1 to 5, I can only get 25 or tier 3 capsules. So at the most, daily, I can only get about 58 tier 3 capsules. But at tier 30, I can get 70 tier 3 and some tier 4 capsules. Okay, so this is important. Okay. I would say for tier 10 and 20, awakening is still not too difficult. However, after the tier 30, then I really feel the difficulty to achieve the awakening 4-star has increased exponentially. Yeah, like I said, to increase from 3-star to 4-star, you need 2 fighter memory and 4 elemental sacrifice. And you have to do this for 15 fighters at the minimum, because you need 3 fighters for each element. But not to mention that at a higher tier, you may also need to level up other fighters, like fighters that are of the same type, while at the same time also of the same element. Yeah, for just like now for tier 27, I need the same type, but I don't need the same element. Maybe at higher tier, you need the awakening level, you need the same type, you also need to be the same element. Who knows? Yeah, like for this boss stage, tier 27, I need defense type, but I don't need the element type, the same element type. So I just have to get the awakened tier 27 and then defense type. Okay, this is similar to tier 35, but tier 25, it is not defense type but attack type. Attack type is much easier, as there is more attack type fighters available. Okay, and usually for PvE, attack type will be prioritized, because the higher attack stats makes it more suitable for PvE as opposed to the defense type. But we all know for the fast units, defense type, there are not many defense type. Okay, so this becomes our homework, that in order to clear tier 27, out of the 15 fighters that we build, we must have at least 3 defense type fighters, yeah, that has achieved awakening level 27, or at the bare minimum level 26, so that we can pass this stage. Yeah, and if you do not have 3, then you have to wait and build an additional defense type fighter. Okay, so for this one, my strategy will be using Pretty Big, Ash, and Nameless, mainly because I am lucky enough to get their memory. And also, Nameless has 3 PG. Yeah, the rest, although they are all 5 PG, but all 3 of them has additional damage. Yeah, so like pretty big. When she critical hit, there is an additional damage equal to a portion of her defense. And additional damage like these are actually not mitigated by the difference in level. Okay, so if your level is lower than the stage, then you get a damage penalty. But for damage over time, or burn damage, or bleed damage, yeah, or damage, additional damage, they are not mitigated. Only your direct attacking damage is mitigated. Okay, please take note of this, and this will be a key in helping us to clear the RHD more easily. Okay, but if you don't have these fighters, okay, I can recommend you some good gold border fighters that you can get the memory. Okay. So example will be, of course, the swimsuit angel, because now you can craft the memory. And then this geese, although the fighter is not good, but we can actually craft buy his memory from here. Infinite battle, Krauser as well. Okay. Yeah, where is that geese? Okay, Krauser, also not bad. Okay, Jean Hoodie, also not bad if you have a lot of AS memory, but I don't recommend because you will be wasting a lot of AS memory. Okay, I am lucky with this whip. Okay, I get 4 of her memory. I've awakened to 1 and I get additional 4, so I can awaken her to 4 stars. Okay, these mecha units you can also use because you can craft the memory, but you need to take time lah. Because in order to craft his memory, we need 10 days for 1 memory. Okay, so in order to pass this, we need 1 month, 30 days. Yeah, we can get this from the epic crafting page. Yeah. Okay, even this Andy, if you are lucky with the memory, you can also get it. For me, I'm not lucky. I haven't gotten his memory. Yeah. So that's why I say it is really like finding your soulmate. Some memory you just can't seem to get it, while other memory you keep on getting it. This Iori is also good, yeah, but this Iori is still new, so you may not be able to have a lot of his memory. But if you're lucky to get 3 memory, then you can build him up. It is one of the good gold borders. Although he doesn't have super armor, but he has 2 burn damage from 2 of his skills. Okay, even this Ralph also not bad. Okay, but again, you need to take time to craft the memory. All right, and yeah, I think that's about it. For collab fighter, rather than Jin Hoodie, yeah, it is better if you build this Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch has bleed and bleed explosion, and bleed explosion does not get damage mitigation. It is extremely good. Okay, because her damage are very explosive. Okay. Another good one that I can recommend is actually this Yuri. Why? Because this Yuri, if you remember, we have this event that gives us the selector. Okay, so this AS Super Mission Fighter Selector. Okay, so we can take a look. If using this, I would recommend you to craft Yuri Wonderland, because we are really lacking in blue type element. Yeah. get this Yuri in Wonderland, because this Yuri in Wonderland is also it's also good, although not very good, but it is also one of the good character for you to bring to championship, to cost 60 championship or fighter. This Yuri in Wonderland can be used. Okay. Okay. These are just some of my some fighters that I recommend. Yeah, you may have your own fighter. It's okay. The most important thing is that you are able to reach the awakening level to be the same as the stage level. Yeah, this is the most important thing in clearing the RHD. Okay? At this point, the take-home advice is that we need to diligently do our daily roulette task. Yeah, and to do the free advertisement 4 times daily, and also we put everything else on hold and we farm swimsuit angels soul from the soul quest, and then we craft as many gold memory of her as much as possible, because even if, like I said, you don't use her now, in the future I am sure you will use her memory. Okay, so we had swimsuit Mai, and now we have swimsuit angel. What will be next? Swimsuit Kula maybe? And I certainly hope that in the future they have a similar event like this, yeah, to be able to create the memory for the fast fighter. Okay, I think that's about it, and I hope that this video can benefit you in some way or another. Okay, and I thank you for watching, and I hope that you can be lucky in this game and you are able to find those fighters, memories, cards that you want and need without spending too much ruby. And don't forget to save up those rubies for the upcoming Fast Leona, Iori, and also the Summer Mature. Okay, stay safe and stay healthy. See you in the next video. Bye bye.